So good morning and welcome to this week's video. We've come here to Farlington Marshes with a view to have a look at the state of the recovery of the reed beds after the saltwater damaged the reeds. Vague chance of a bearded tit on the far side because there has been a couple spotted there. It wasn't damaged so much. It's a little bit cold this morning, but the wind's coming from the east. High tide's around 10, so we should get some waterfowl. But then the rain's coming in at midday. So Denise has joined midday on her day off. Absolutely. So there's another promise of lunch because, like I say, the rain's going to come in sort of 12-1. So it's a case of, just spend the morning here and then off for something to eat. Well, let's see what comes. At blue hour, the mudflats glow softly as the sky turns from rose to amber, casting some lovely light on the pintails, geese and redshanks, feeding to restore the energy lost after what must have been a very cold winter's night. Half a dozen or so avocets move gracefully across the mudflats, sweeping their upturned bills side to side through the shallow water and soft mud, searching for small invertebrates. In past years, the short-eared owls have inhabited the point field at the southern end of the marsh. But today, only a single robin braves the cold. From this perspective, facing towards Portsmouth, we can see Dunlin sandpipers and oyster catchers tirelessly foraging along the water's edge. When startled and ready to move, the entire group lifts off in a sudden, coordinated burst. Their wings flash silver as they twist and turn in the air, forming tight, swirling patterns above the mudflats before settling again. Not quite matching the display of the starlings last week, but certainly a very graceful and joy to watch. Closer to the seawall, redshanks wander through the seaweed, their vivid red legs standing out amongst the pale hues of the water and seaweed. We stopped to observe this little egret stirring up the mud with its foot. Its yellow toes disturb the mud, flushing out prey for easy capture.
success. And breakfast quickly dispatched. We continued our circular walk along the seawall, turning north. Several stone chats and occasional meadow pipit enjoying the brief moments of morning sunlight. With the tide rising, a lone curlew and brant geese took advantage of their last moments to forage on the mudflats.
So that was a lovely walk around the seawall. Managed to see those lovely seabirds on the mudflats there as the tide was rising. Was great. Managed to get round to the hut and the reed beds, I suppose 8:30, 9:30, something like that. The sun was coming up. It was lovely, quite still. Managed to see some reedlings, some bearded tits. Only 3, and they were very close actually to the path, and the height of the reeds was such that Denise couldn't see over. I think I managed to get a little bit of filming.
Although the sightings of the bearded tits was brief, we were reassured to know that at least a few birds still inhabit the limited healthy reed beds remaining at this end of the reserve. The normally hidden wigwam nest sites erected by the staff can be seen here. Hopefully, as the reed bed recovers, they will once again be taken advantage of by nesting bearded tits. This reed bunting was certainly a showy bird.
So it still looks as if the reed beds will need quite a bit of recovery. That's probably going to take a couple of years. But all we hope for is the numbers are going to increase as time goes on. I suppose the big bonus for today, something we weren't really accounting for, was the kingfisher.
Absolutely. Fantastic to see.
After several visits to these fence posts, we hoped she would make a catch. But no luck today.
So a little bit of an opportunity there for photographs and some video. Now the wind has really picked up. We're going to slowly work back to the car, if we can see anything else. A little bit of shelter here from the wind, although the roads are very noisy. So let's see what comes.
It seemed we weren't alone in seeking shelter amongst the bramble bushes from the strengthening wind. Goldfinches were feeding here, no doubt preparing for another long, cold winter's night.
well, I think that's it. Managed to avoid the worst of the wind coming through the sort of bushes here, although we're being buffeted now. Lovely to see those goldfinches right at the end there feeding on the thistles. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe, and as always, it'd be great for you to join us in the next one.